Good day, God bless you. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I'm your host, Zach, and this is Tip2Tip. Waking up today, realizing, like every day, the first thing on your mind, it's the achievement of your goals. What are my ambitions? What am I motivated by? I'm learning, like, your failures in life really teach you to continue to fail. Let's say, like, I have some great examples of people I know about having failed marriages, and they would never date another woman in their life. They'll never get married, and they're going to die alone. And they're just perpetuating their failures. You had a couple bad marriages. Move on. So equate that to, man, I'm having such a hard time losing weight, or eating right, or being healthy, or exercising. Whatever them goals are related to your overall health and wellness and fitness and whatever it is. For me, I want to be light, but not because I want to be light. If I could live to be 115 and elite health at my current weight, well, then I'd say, like God told me that. And then I'd be like, okay, God, just leave me at 241 pounds and I'll live to be 100. But that's not reality. Reality is, if you want to live long and be healthy for your family and be around and enjoy life. I mean, I want to be 70 and be able to do things, not just be 70 and be alive. So, what are those goals then? And it's live healthy. Well, I want to be skinny, then I'll be healthy. No, that's backwards. You have to get healthy, and then you'll be thin. You have to just start living. I mean, it's obvious. It's just the mindset that has to shift. Like, of course you need to eat less food and less processed food, less sugar and junky carbohydrates, quality protein, quality fat, quality carbs, clean food. Like, obviously, the goal achievement, the actions we need to take to achieve our goals are pretty obvious and simple. Now, doing them, are they all that simple? Like, I always use the example, do I want to eat a whole cake right now? And the answer is always no, because I'm just not willing to write a check that my ass can't cash. But I am tempted to eat a bag of chips or have some ice cream or cheat and have a cookie one day here or there. And I'm not saying I never do those things, but it's not the driving force in my life. My ambition is not behind that. And here is something, guys, because I've been losing a few pounds lately, just slowly. Lose a quarter pound a day, that's a win. Because long term, that's what's going to get you there. You want to lose weight so much faster than that, and yes, you can, and yes, I can. But can you keep it off there? Are you going to crash diet your whole life? No. So what are you going to do your whole life? Oh, I don't know. Probably go back to the olden days. Well, then that's not going to work. I've done it over and over. I went from 315 pounds to 240 pounds in just a few months, like 2.5, 3 months, and gained it, not at all back, but gained a lot of it. Gained 30, 40 pounds of it back before I decided to lose it and gain it and lose it and gain it. And so, okay, I made it short a little while ago. It's just me on the bike. They said 315 pounds with an arrow pointing to 170. Like, that's long term. Well, you're looking so far back. Well, it's helping me look so far forward, because there's another thing about your goal achievement is giving yourself credit for where you are. If you wake up and you weigh 2 pounds more today than you did yesterday, but you overall weigh 50 pounds, well, what would it be for me? 60, 70, but overall I weigh 75 pounds more than I did when I started, or less than I did when I started. Like, of course I'm winning. Oh, I think I saw your message. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, and it's a simple but time-tested, joked about, even even have cartoons with the rabbit in the hair. It's like, just keep moving forward. Quit trying to sprint back and forth and run to and fro and find the next best diet. Yeah, go ahead and do your research on food if you want, but it's a focus on food. You don't need to focus on food. Just eat clean. The only reason I go up and down the aisles of the grocery store is for a particular item that I'm looking for. For example, the oils. If I'm buying olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, I didn't even try yet, mustard oil. There's healthy oils, so those are in the aisle. Sometimes we'll buy raisins to add to my wife's pancakes, or her protein pancakes, or her oatmeal or something like that. But otherwise, when I go shopping, I head straight to the fruits and vegetable section, no matter what grocery store I'm at. the majority of what I buy is fruits and vegetables. Um, then I go straight to the meat, and then I'm trying to find a good deal on. Lately, it's been ground beef because I'll buy like the 5 pound roll of ground beef and just maybe measure it out to be a half a pound to a 3/4 of a pound, not per meal but per package, and package it all up. And like I just made a big stir fry this morning, which maybe you guys can let me know, anybody that watches the channel, if you'd be interested in seeing some more cooking. And it's because of the ideology I'm having behind not focusing on weight loss, focusing on healthy lifestyle. And so I was thinking maybe just showing some easy meals. Like I took out my pound of hamburger, threw that in my wok, threw a handful of, this is a new favorite thing of mine, it's onions and peppers. It's green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, something like that, onions, and it's just in a freezer bag. The comment just says fruit and vegetables the way to go. And yeah, as much as I believe in carnivore and keto and all those kind of elimination diets that obviously work great, we have long term now. 10 years ago, people said we don't know how that's going to be long term. Well, now we got people that have been eating only meat for 10 years, and they're doing great. And it's not that they're not eating fruits and vegetables, though. It's that they're not eating anything else. And so when I read the Bible and I say, what did God create us to eat? And it's beyond obvious that we were created to eat fruit. In the Garden of Eden, it says eat the fruit. And in Leviticus, it shows Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7 starting, maybe the whole chapter, is just all the meat you're supposed to eat, Vegetables is a little tougher as far as, in the book of Daniel, they captured, the Babylonians captured him, where he ended up getting thrown in the lion's den. He had to learn their language, so he was imprisoned, and they were going to give him the king's food, and he said, give me, what was the word? Anyway, the word translates like vegetable stew. Vegetables, or give me, it's on the tip of my tongue, the word. But anyway, the clean foods. Just eat clean foods. These same people that are doing so great on carnivore, and then they eat broccoli and they have a mad breakout. Yeah, I would tell them, don't ever eat broccoli then. We're all different. This is why I'm saying, like, this diet and fitness world, I mean, there's a reason it's a billions and billions of dollars a year industry, because people are just taking advantage of, it just reminds me of the medical and the medicine industry. Everybody's different. We don't know what you need. But you do, so start practicing. I know. I was eating my breakfast. Oh, let me go back. So I threw my hamburger in the wok. I threw my handful of onions and peppers in the wok. Mixed that up. Threw some mushrooms. So I got meat and vegetables in there. I seasoned it up a little bit with oyster sauce, soy sauce, and this homemade hot chili oil. So a little salty, but I do have low sodium. Even though I had a stroke, and people say, you need to eat less sodium if you had a stroke. I have low sodium already, like 134. So I'm not super worried about it, and besides, I'm not putting a ton. But even if I left it out, I got meat and vegetables, and then I used the, what are those noodles? The miracle noodles, shiitake. What is that? Is it shiitake noodles? Or shiitake mushrooms? Anyway, it's basically all fiber. And they don't taste great by themselves, but they're just made out of this root. I think it's almost like a seaweed root, whatever. And they make it into noodles, they make it into rice. I just throw like maybe an 8-ounce bag of it in the strainer and strain it off in the sink and clean it off. It has a little bit of a fishy smell. So yeah, it must be some kind of ocean weed or something. Anyway, you rinse it off and you throw it in your stir fry, and it tastes exactly like noodles, like your stir fry. It's even better because noodles get all mushy, and these don't. These are so fibrous that they retain the fiber. And anyway, I'm talking about adding some cooking videos to the channel. And I want the channel to, I have over 100,000 subscribers, but I have very few viewers. It's people that have just, I've made a couple shorts have gotten the majority of my subscribers, not even people that have watched my full-length videos or my live feeds. It's been just a lot of getting lucky off of a couple shorts. But I got my plaque, got my 100,000 subscribers, yay. Don't make any money on the channel, but I'm happy that it's rolling and it's going and we're having fun, and we just want to keep building it up and Um, the Virginia bush cracker. You already left. I was reading the comments. He's a guy from one of my other YouTube channels, and I just realized that, so I'm very happy that he stopped by. Um, Very thankful for every subscriber, every viewer, every comment. Guys, if you will just please hit the thumbs up button. It helps a lot for the algorithm. And comment, even if you just comment a hi face, I'll just say hi back. I'm not in a position to type or write back any comments or anything, but I'm just showing, get on your bike and get going. Although my bike's calories are way off. It shows you burn like just tons of calories. Oh, wow, guys. You know, I just came in here and I didn't really want to get on the bike. And, you know, because your body is trying to help you survive. Like, it's not natural to run a marathon. You really, really have to force yourself. You know, talk to David Goggins about how much he loves running, you know. He hates it. He has to force himself. But, I mean, he's one of the most elite athletes in the world. And he's not even, like, physically that healthy. He has a rare blood disease. But he's pushing and he's doing it, and that's where you know, that's what I feel like too. Like, hey, so what? You were pre-diabetic. So what? You were 315 pounds morbidly obese. So what? You had a stroke. You have to live now, and you have to live good and go on. And if those things don't motivate you, then man, you might as well give up. And if none of those things have happened to you yet, well, if you're on this channel, maybe you have some diet and fitness goals. So maybe you need to lose weight. Maybe you just need to get healthy. And so that's why we're here. We're wanting to incorporate into our lives these better habits, these healthier habits, the habit stacking like I talk about. You know, the alarm goes off on my phone every day now. And it'll go off. I need to set some more alarms actually, but it'll go off at like 4:30. And it'll say like, get your miles in, get your water, stretch, Tai Chi, breathing exercises, cold therapy. You know, and usually when it goes off, I check them off just in my mind. I say, okay, I did like half of that stuff already. And if that's it, that's great. But also, it's like, oh, let me do when it goes off, I always start doing my breathing therapy because it's just easy and you can do it anytime and it's always beneficial. It is always beneficial to your life to do breathing therapy, no matter what you're doing. If you're sitting at your desk at work, and you say, well, I just can't do anything on his channel. He's saying to go walking and just stretch and do that Tai Chi, and I can't do anything. You're sitting at your desk. You could drink water, and you could do breathing exercises. Nobody would stop you. It doesn't take any time. You're just doing it while you're doing your job. You're inhaling through your nose 4 seconds. You're holding it for 4 seconds, and you're exhaling for 4 seconds, or something like that. I don't like the holding your breath one as much, although I'm very good at it. I can inhale for 4, hold my breath for 10, exhale for 10, go for 4, repeatedly. You get good at it. It's very surprising. Like, your body is definitely adapting, and one of the things it's doing with these breathing exercises is it's calming you down. It's relaxing you. It's relieving stress. That if you had asked me a year ago if I was just crazy stressed out, I would have said, of course not. You know, like, what are you talking about? Now, I realize I've been stressed out for probably since the day, oh man, almost my whole life. Probably since I was a young child, when life started going haywire. You know, I think it's one of the things, there's so many problems in children with divorced parents, of which I have 5 of them. I have 5 children with divorced parents. And I have 1 child with married parents, you know. We'll see the difference, you know, like the 1 child that grew up with me, he's a college graduate and his life is great and he's great with money and he's getting a job in his field and he's worked and he's saved up money and he has money in the bank and investments and a car and an apartment and a girlfriend and life is great. And then you look at the rest that didn't grow up with me. Not that moms are worse than dads, it's just that adults need dads. Children need moms. Men and women need dads. And it's sad it's very sad. I mean, I could take my case, for example, but there's just so many. I feel guilty to even use my stories because it's more common than not nowadays. You talk to women, African American people in the country, men and women grew up without a father very often. It's a great indicator. It helps you understand a lot of our problems in our society. Like obviously, there's nothing different or wrong or evil about a human being for the color of their skin, and there's nothing wrong or dirty or evil about a person growing up without a father. But if you look at those two things and say which one causes the problem the worst, it's definitely not going to be the color of your skin, because we have so many examples of successful people of every color of skin. That's irrelevant. I mean, I've read the Bible so many times. You don't even think about race. Like, it's not even there. God doesn't even mention race. And Noah was white, or Noah or Jesus was gray. You know, it doesn't say anything about any of their race. You can do some historical researches and you can argue about it and you can figure it out for yourself. I don't care. I believe what I believe, and I love you for what you believe. But my point is, then, the people that grow up without a parent, and I think it's worse for women, but, you know, for young girls, I think they suffer even more than boys, but maybe not. Maybe it's both ways, because when a boy is, you know, when a boy's 1 and 2 and 5 and 10 and 15 and 20 and never had a dad in his life, no matter what your race is, doesn't matter. You can Google which races have more of them situations, but that's irrelevant. The point is that they grew up without a dad. And then you look at statistics. Google what percentage of prisoners in America grew up in a single family or a single parent home. And then Google, like, was the parent a man or a woman? And it's just statistical oddities that are obvious. Some of them I found on accident, but getting a little sidetracked on what I'm trying to achieve in this video is, like, help you overcome any of those things. Like, if you think you're at a disadvantage in this life, for one, you're probably not. You know, if you lived my life as a white man for 30 days, for 60 days, for a year or two, I would challenge you and beg you to show you where my advantage is, because I certainly don't see it. You know, I can't afford to buy anything. When I go grocery shopping at the discount cheapy store, and I got my one little grocery bag because it's all I can afford, and then I look at the cart in front of me and there's a woman of a certain race and a man of a certain race, and they had 15 bags. Who's the one at the disadvantage? Who's the one suffering? Who's the one living day to day, paycheck to paycheck? Shit. I mean, I know people that are waiting for their tax return to come so they can pay their bill, and it's you know what I mean? It's April. Like, they're waiting for their next tax return for the following year. Like, they're so far in debt and out. They need like 3-4 years of take-home pay to get ahead, and it's just obviously never going to happen. So my point of that little sidetracked story is, none of us are as at a greatest disadvantage as we think. You know, like, if I think, okay, I can't buy anything, I can't afford anything. Okay, I can't afford food. Sweet, because I don't need to eat. I'm overweight. If you're overweight, you obviously have food, or at least bad food. Look at the good points of it. This exercise bike I'm on, it was the cheapest little Walmart delivery exercise bike. I think this thing was on sale for about $90, and I've had it for over a year, and it's getting the job done. All right, guys, I just hit 10 miles, and I'm so happy you guys checked in with me. God bless you. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay disciplined, stay focused on your goals and the actions you need to take to achieve those goals. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, be the first one to see all my new live feeds on the bike. Guys, this video, this series, I'm getting more and more ambitious about losing weight and not just losing weight, but living healthy and living right. And that's why I'm wanting to document it a little more. I'm not so much into making videos every day like I used to when I was always focused on the diet, always focused on the fasting, always focused on how much weight can I lose from January 1st to April 1st, which I did when I started this channel. And I lost like 35 pounds and it was great and everything. But did I keep it off? No, because I had the wrong focus. The focus now is just the actions. You got to go get on that bike. You got to eat a healthy meal. You got to buy healthy food. So Jesus loves you. I love you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.